Hello and welcome to the Conscious podcast. I'm Ellie Phillips, Marketing Executive at Conscious, and today I'm joined with my co-host and colleague Maddie Platt, Head of Marketing at Conscious, and our special guest Laura Lack, Community Manager at the Law Firm Marketing Club. The Law Firm Marketing Club, also known as LFMC, is a friendly community that consists of law firms looking to do better marketing and enhance their legal marketing strategies. The Law Firm Marketing Club provides firms with reports, resources, community events, webinars, and more. Today, Laura joins us to tell us a bit more about herself, her role, and the LFMC community. Hi, Laura, and welcome to the Conscious podcast. How are you doing today?
Yeah, no, good, thank you. Enjoying autumn. A bit chilly, but it's fresh.
Well, you know, myself and Maddie are very on brand with the autumnal colours with the orange. And green as well. Well, lime, I should say, but we'll go into that shortly. So, Laura, could you tell us a little bit more about your background and how you got into legal marketing?
Yeah, no, sure. So basically, I fell into it really. And I know it's like the cliche, a lot of people say that with their careers, but ultimately I was seeking a role where I could just really niche down into one sector and just really understand it well and have an empathy for people in that sector and their challenges and successes as well. So I was attracted to Conscious Solutions culture. I went on their website and it just looked like a great place to work. And the fact that it is so niche, working solely with law firms, it just seemed ideal, really.
Yeah, amazing. And so for people who might not know, what is the Law Firm Marketing Club and kind of what makes it different from other legal marketing groups and associations?
Yeah, so we're a community of professionals involved in marketing and business development for their law firms. Ultimately, that's how I describe it. So I think what makes it different is that we're solely for law firms. Other groups encompass the other professional services as well, like accountancy and that sort of thing. So we're solely for law firms. And we're also different in so much as we're very much member-led. So our members influence what material we cover, you know, with our webinars, articles, that sort of thing. So they basically tell us what they want and we give it to them. Another thing that makes us different as well is we're known for two big pieces of research that we do, and these feed into firms' strategic decisions. So we do one all about what clients want and one also around how professional services are doing their marketing. So yeah, that's kind of what makes us different.
Amazing.
So you mentioned community there, Laura, and that's something I hear time and time again with the Law Firm Marketing Club. But what role does community play in helping law firm marketers succeed today?
So a lot of our members describe the club and the community element of the club as being a sounding board. So it's almost like seeing the club as an extra member of their team, especially if you are someone that is, you know, the sole marketer in your law firm. And also part of that community element is that we get speakers from in as well as outside the industry as well. So it's not so much solely focused on the marketing for law firms. It's like what's happening in other industries and what's their best practice with marketing as well. And another element for, you know, around the community is that we combat loneliness. That's one of the things we're aiming to do. So especially if you are a sole marketer at your law firm, it just means that you have those other members you can reach out to. We provide training. So if you've got fee earners that are kind of unsure about how business development fits with their roles, we provide training on that as well. And also gathering insights, so the research that I mentioned earlier that's quite unique as part of what we offer with the community.
Yeah, I mean, the research is amazing. And as somebody who's been a solo marketer for a lot of my career, having Ellie join the team earlier this year was an amazing help. And like you said, that sounding board element is so, so important. So it's really nice to hear that those sole marketers in law firms get that somewhere as well, because it can be a tricky place to find some peers, can't it?
Oh, yeah. No, exactly. You're not exactly going to reach out to your competitive firms and be like, oh, how are you solving this problem?
Exactly. So can you share any more examples of how the members support each other within the club?
Yeah, so we have two main summits every year. So we have an autumn summit and an April summit, and this is a great place for our members to meet in real life because we have members from law firms across the UK. So we hold it kind of in the middle to help with the geography element of it. So we have those in-person events as well where they can support each other. We have monthly collabs, where as many members as they can kind of get on board with the Zoom, and we'll talk through any challenges, and the members support each other that way. It's like, oh, we solved this problem by X, Y, Z. And intermittently as well, members can send me questions that they'd like to go out to the other members. I'll email them out and solve problems that way. So, for example, kind of what tech are people using? How are they using their AI? How are they getting their fee earners more involved in LinkedIn and getting them on board? Those sorts of things.
Such a useful resource. What types of firms, in terms of size or focus, maybe benefit most from joining the Law Firm Marketing Club?
Yeah, so to be honest, we welcome all sizes of law firm because it's great to kind of value the contributions. They're rich from all sizes, to be honest. So, smaller firms, they can learn from the experiences of the larger firms that they aspire to grow into. You've got larger firms that are learning from the unique research pieces that we deliver. And all the firms will learn from the training that we offer and the webinars that we produce and the resources that way. So ultimately, it's all sizes of firms that benefit from being members.
Great. And you mentioned the research again there, so I just want to touch on that for a little bit, if that's okay. But you regularly conduct and share research with members. I mean, I've seen the pieces. It's a very, very in-depth and detailed report. But what trends are you seeing right now in legal services marketing that you can share with us?
So there's obviously a lot around AI. You can't escape it at the moment. And I think one of the great things about the big AI topic at the moment, especially, and it's not just for law firms actually, but yeah, one of the great things is that no one knows all the answers. There's some people that know more than others, but there's no such thing as like a complete AI expert. So it's great that there are so many questions that everyone can be asking. So what I'm hearing law firms asking is kind of how they can use it for their whole firm rather than like just the marketing. That's what a lot of our members are asking. How AI overviews are affecting their SEO, especially like for the family departments. That's really tricky at the moment. So that's kind of leading on. I'm seeing a lot of more law firms using the PPC element of search. Other elements as well in LinkedIn. And like I said earlier, getting fee earners engaged with LinkedIn, understanding why it's important, and also how to get them representing themselves and the firm correctly while still being an individual as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a breath of fresh air to hear you say that nobody is an AI expert, because I think that's somebody that we're finding increasingly frustrating, the agencies that are saying, we're experts, and it's like, how? It's not been around for that long.
Yeah.
So we're definitely, we're learning and we're developing our services to make sure that it's in line with AI, but I don't think anyone can consider themselves an expert yet. So I'm really glad that you touched on that. Have there been any other big changes in the way law firms are approaching marketing in 2025 compared to a couple of years ago, maybe outside of AI?
I think I'm noticing more that marketing in a law firm is acknowledged as integral to the firm's growth now and the operations of the firm. So I'm seeing a lot more roles for marketers in firms popping up. Which is great. But then similarly, it's not necessarily valued financially. So yes, they're advertising for more marketing roles, but there's very much the expectation that they can market with a limited or, if any, kind of budget. So it's kind of it's a really difficult one at the moment for law firm marketers in that respect.
And I think that that's a piece of insight that comes from your research pieces, isn't it? So how can firms use your research findings to shape their marketing strategies?
So yes, like I mentioned, we have two main pieces. One is called What Clients Want, and the other one is the Professional Services Marketing Survey. So what clients want is going out to the public, finding out their experience of law firms, and then what they need, want, and expect from law firms. And then Professional Services Marketing Survey is exactly that. It goes out to people that are doing marketing for professional services, and how they're doing it. So our members use that research to build their business cases. And it also helps for kind of getting a feel for the sort of budget they should be allocating and that sort of thing if they want to better compete with other law firms.
Yeah, and I think that budget piece is so important when you've already mentioned a lot of the time they're hiring for the roles, but they're not giving them the budget to do anything with it. So they're not going to see any successes.
Yeah.
Fab.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
So, and alongside the research that you've just mentioned, you also run frequent webinars and events. So what have been some of the most popular topics recently that you've covered within these webinars and events?
Yeah, no, you're right. And we try and do our webinars monthly, and they're open to everyone, but you have to be a member if you want to kind of get the recording afterwards. So yeah, we do them monthly, a range of topics, always, like I say, tailored to law firm marketers. And I think the most popular ones we've had recently was one on legal directories by our founder, Claire Fanner. She included a survey in that as well. So she was able to have kind of up to the minute survey results included in that, so how law firm marketers are finding their legal directory submissions. Another one that was popular was branding with Ascend Studio. So that was Jim Walton that presented that, and it was all about differentiating in a crowded market. So obviously, you know, there are an awful lot of law firms out there and offering very similar services. So it's kind of like, how do you stand out from that? And also, if you are looking at your branding, what to ask an agency as well. So it was really useful one in that respect, so to help people kind of not go in blind. How are they looking for a branding agency?
Totally. Could you give us any insider knowledge on upcoming events that are happening late in 2025 that law firm marketers should definitely put in their diaries?
Oh, 100%. So one we're very excited about. So November the 6th at 2 p.m, we have Richard van der Blom doing a webinar for us, and that'll all be about LinkedIn. So getting fee earners involved, the latest algorithms. He's quite a big deal on LinkedIn, so we're really excited about that one. He'll be sharing basically, up to the minute, what's happening on LinkedIn and how to make it work effectively for your law firm. And then December the 3rd at 2 p.m, always seem to be at 2 p.m, we have one of our Law Firm Marketing Club partners, which is Client Talk. So Anna Lake from Client Talk, she'll be presenting all about the client experience and looking at client journeys for your law firm as well, on those various touch points of where a client interacts with you on their journey. And then we've actually already got a couple of webinars set in 2026 as well. So we have one in January where we'll be looking at the trends with Conscious Solutions, our other partners as well. Marketing trends for the year, as well as launching our What Clients Want survey results with Capture as well.
Okay, amazing. And it sounds like, you're covering a whole array of topics. So how do you decide which topics to focus on? Are they driven by member feedback? Do you guys come up with them yourselves? How does that work?
Yeah. So no, it's exactly that. Like you're saying, we're constantly listening to our members of the club and asking them exactly what they want ultimately and how we can deliver it for them. So like I was saying earlier, we sometimes will go outside of the industry as well and see kind of what's happening in the general marketing world and if there's anything we can kind of translate over to law firm marketings. But yeah, like I said earlier, it's very much member led rather than us kind of dictating what's going to be happening.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm particularly excited for the Richard webinar. It's amazing. And I think I'll be encouraging some of our team to join that one as well.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, anyone's welcome.
Let's move on to the future of law firm marketing now, which, is a big question. How do we know everything is changing so quickly? But where do you see the future of law firm marketing heading in the next 2 to 3 years?
I would say very much more digital. Ultimately, online, that's where your current clients are, your prospects, any, new team members, applicants, that's where people are. So I see it very much moving a lot more kind of digital in that respect. But then I also think to kind of counteract that, it's also having more of a human element as well. to kind of help people kind of wade through, content that seems to be very much AI written. So it'll be looking for things to be authentic and relatable to people. So yeah, I think moving more digital, but as a result of that, making that more human so that you stand out.
Definitely. I think personalization is going to become even more important to, cut through that noise, like you said. So how will communities like the Law Firm Marketing Club need to evolve to keep supporting marketers in that landscape?
I mean, the great thing about us is that we're constantly evolving anyway. So it's something we're very much used to doing. So the Law Firm Marketing Club has been going for 5 years. So it was in 2020 that we started, and obviously an awful lot has changed since then. I mean, even just things like COVID. So we're used to evolving, and it's like, I've been saying, it's very much our topics are member led. So they're whatever's relevant to law firm marketers at the time. And I think we'll also be doing more real life meetups as well. That is the plan. And just keeping things member focused. So constantly seeking that feedback and those requests from our members as well.
And I think those in real life meetups are so nice with the LFMC because you've got that smaller community feel. It's not as daunting for people that are attending their first one, or when you go to an exhibition with 2,000 people and you're there by yourself and you've got to find some people to talk to. I think that's one of the really lovely things about the LFMC is it's not like that at all. So yeah I'm sure they're all going to be a success.
Totally. And on that as well, and I know, Laura, you've mentioned, but in this digital age, it is nice to have that differentiation between being online, as we all are right now, using this, podcast function, and having that in those in-person meetups as well are so effective. So yeah, incredible. So this has been a great overview on LFMC, and thank you, Laura, for providing that. For listeners who are intrigued and, want to find out a little bit more about LFMC and how they can get involved, what's the best way for people to reach you?
Yeah. So if you go on the website, there's my email address on there, contact form, find me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn an awful lot. People have probably seen the lime in their news feeds. So it's a great way to contact me there. You can subscribe to our mailing list as well. And a lot of the time we'll have marketing tips on there, but we're outlining our upcoming webinars and events on there as well. And another great way is just to contact our other members. So just to find out, how they're finding the club, what their experience is, and they'll advocate what a great community it is.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Laura. It's been a great session today. So a new segment, and the pun is definitely intended when I say segment because conscious orange,
wonderful,
all of that stuff. So a new segment that we've introduced on the Conscious podcast is to end each interview with some quick fire questions. So we're looking for around 1 word to 1 sentence answer, but feel free to run with it if you need to. So the first question is, can you give me 1 word that represents LFMC?
Oh my gosh, 1 word. Yes. Collaboration. Collaboration is the word. Basically, all our members constantly sharing and then resolving problems, with using each other kind of in that way and being that sounding board I mentioned earlier. So yeah, collaboration.
Cool. If you could give law firms 1 piece of advice to revamp their marketing, what would it be?
Invest in it. Yes.
I like it.
I think invest in it because, obviously I'm going to say that, but obviously you get out what you put in, and it's like anything, you can't be expecting people to do more with the same or less. So, yeah.
Totally. Well said. And finally, what does Be More Lime actually mean?
Yeah. Okay. I think ultimately for Law Firm Marketing Club, it's about us having kind of like that recognised brand firstly. But I think for me, Lime, it's all about kind of injecting energy and positivity. You just need to look at the news to know that law firms' clients, they're all under lots of strains. We all are. And they also don't want to be having to instruct a lawyer, really, because no one wants to. It tends to be that you're kind of in a problem. So being more Lime, it's kind of about channeling that energy and positivity into having empathy with your clients, and the reassurance with, you know, that they are kind of individual clients, no matter how textbook their problem might be. Like, oh, I'm looking to move house, I'm looking to kind of get a divorce. For them, it's not textbook. So it can be quite, you know, scary or intimidating and expensive, that sort of thing. So that's kind of how I tie it in.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you so much, Laura, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, catch you soon.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Conscious Podcast. To find out more about Laura, the Law Firm Marketing Club, or us at Conscious, please check out our website, our LinkedIn, and of course, more episodes of the Conscious Podcast. See you next time.